Hello and welcome. In this video, I want to briefly explain how corporate taxes work in China. So let's imagine you register a company, all right, in one of the cities, for example, in Shanghai. What kind of taxes you will be facing? So number one tax is a corporate tax. How does corporate tax work? Basically, tax office calculates your corporate tax based on the net profit of your company. All right. Imagine your client sends you 100,000 USD, for example, for some goods, and you're going to spend approximately, let's say, 90,000 of this payment, and you have 10,000 left, right? So if the company has some more expenses, you can use that 10,000, for example, to pay your salary, pay your employee's salary or some other company expenses, and whatever is left after the expenses, it will be your profit, right? So let's assume that from that 10,000 you spent like 5,000 for the expenses, and then $5,000 is your profit. So from that profit, tax office is going to calculate corporate tax. Okay, so corporate tax rate based on the amount of the profit, it can be between 0 and 25% in China. So this is how it's calculated, and it's done every quarter. All right. So the tax is deducted directly from your corporate bank account. You don't have to really call the tax office, or you don't have to do anything basically as a company owner. Everything will be declared by your accountant to the tax office, and then tax office is going to directly deduct the tax from the corporate account. Now, number two tax is VAT, value added tax. Value added tax is paid by general taxpayers in China from transaction number one. All right. So, for example, if you register your company as a general taxpayer in the beginning, you are expected to pay this value added tax, VAT, from day one, basically. When you do some kind of transactions in China, let's assume that you sell some product, okay, to Chinese clients, then you're expected to pay VAT, okay, from based on that product. For example, there are different types of products, right? So based on the product, you will be given a rate, okay? For example, if it's a consulting company, the flat rate for consulting is only 6%. So, for example, your client pays you, let's assume $100 for consulting, and 6% of it automatically should be paid as VAT, all right? But if you sell some kind of physical product, then the rate varies based on the product, okay? Now, when we're talking about the VAT, we need to understand that there are two types of taxpayers. Like I mentioned, VAT is paid by the general taxpayer. But there is another type of company, taxpayer, which is small-scale taxpayer. So, for example, when you're registering a company, you can tell us actually what kind of taxpayer you want to be. If you decide to be a small-scale taxpayer, this is recommended to many young entrepreneurs, like fresh entrepreneurs who have never run a company before. Small-scale taxpayer basically is not expected to pay VAT until their turnover reaches 450,000 RMB per quarter. Okay, so if they don't reach this threshold, they don't have to pay any VAT basically. Okay, so let's assume that every quarter your turnover is maybe 200,000 RMB, then you don't have to really worry about paying VAT. Okay, as a small scale taxpayer. But when it crosses 450,000 yuan every quarter, then you will be expected to pay VAT. All right. So that's number two. Number three is personal income tax. So when you pay salary to your employees, for the director, for supervisor, or some other employees, then the company is expected to pay personal income tax for the employees. So how does it pay? How does it work? So basically, based on the amount of the salary, the tax office is going to deduct personal income tax. Let me illustrate. For example, if the salary amount is 18,000 yuan every month, then approximately 1,300 yuan every month you are expected to pay as a personal income tax. Once again, just like any other tax payments, you don't have to do anything as a company director. It is the job of the accountant to declare it to the tax office, and then tax office will deduct the tax from the corporate account directly. You just have to inform the accountant that you will pay 18,000 yuan salary, and then accountant is going to tell it to the tax office, and then once it's declared, within a couple of days, tax office is going to deduct the tax from the corporate account. Like I said, from 18,000, it's going to be 1,300 yuan. So generally speaking, when you open a company in China, these are the three main taxes that you have to be, you have to consider. Because, especially when you hold work visa in China, to extend that work visa, you need to go to the immigration office and kind of show that your company has been generating income and you've been paying taxes every quarter, every month if it's necessary, and you don't have any issues with the tax office basically. And failing to pay these taxes is going to put you into trouble. Okay, you personally as the company owner, and obviously the company itself might get into blacklist. So my recommendation is always, once you register the company, always be in contact with your accountant, and if you have any questions, always ask the accountant just to clarify all these blurry points if you have any. Or you can always contact us as our client. Like I mentioned before, consulting comes in the package when we register your company. All right, so you don't have to really pay extra for it. Any questions are welcome. And also I want to mention that even if you don't use our services, you register the company with other agents, for example, other companies who do company registration. Don't forget to hire an accountant, okay? So in our package, accounting is already included, but sometimes people forget, if it's not included in the company registration package, sometimes people forget to hire an accountant, and then they think that my company is not generating any income, so I don't have to really do the bookkeeping. I don't have to really file for the taxes. But this is wrong, okay? Even if your company is not operating, it's not doing any business, you are still required to hire an accountant and keep filing every month, okay? These are called the zero income, zero profit filings, basically. So you should have an accountant, licensed accountant in China, so he or she need to keep filing every month, irrespective of your company generating any income or not. Okay, so this is it for today, guys. If you have any questions related to corporate taxes, feel free to contact us and leave in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe now. If you like this video, please smash the like button, and then yeah, I'm going to see you in the next videos. Thank you.